Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today I am revisiting a foundation that I once claimed was the best foundation for mature skin. I made that bold statement here on YouTube many years ago. If you're new to my channel, I was a working makeup artist for many years before I started my YouTube channel. I was a MAC trainer. I did a lot of wedding makeup. That was kind of my thing. And I started YouTube actually as an outlet when I was kind of closing that chapter and I was starting to have children. YouTube was my outlet to do makeup. And this was the foundation that I stocked in my kit and I used on all of my weddings because I could use it on the bride and it looked beautiful. I could use it on her mother and it looked beautiful, and I could use it on her grandmother and it looked beautiful. And not only did it look beautiful, but it lasted all day. I live in Texas, Austin, Texas, so I'm doing weddings in the summer and it is hot. So I needed a product that was reliable, that looked incredible on all skin ages, and that lasted, and this was it. Now, it has been a long time since I've talked about this foundation on my channel. It's been a long time since I've personally used this foundation on myself. Over the years, many new foundations have launched and I have fallen in love, and I've kind of forgotten about this guy, but I wanted to bring it back, apply it today, talk about it, kind of give you my feelings on almost 40-year-old skin. I'm gonna be 40 years old in 4 months. My skin is changing, it's drier, so I have a little different perspective today than I did maybe 5 years ago when I was all about it. And let's talk about the foundation. I feel like I've been talking a mile a minute and I haven't even told you which one it is. So it is by the brand Face Atelier, and many of you probably have never heard of this brand. This is a very niche, like pro-focused brand. It's not something you can go inside of a Sephora or an Ulta or a Nordstrom and pick up. It's probably something you're gonna have to order online. And it is their Ultra Foundation, not to be confused with their Ultra Skin Foundation, but this is their Ultra Foundation. And this is the product that I feel like really is the cult classic favorite of Face Atelier and of the brand. So I'm gonna get into kind of applying it and telling you guys, or I'll show you some B-roll of me applying it and talking to you about it, but I wanna talk a little bit about this particular product and why I love it. So as I mentioned, it is what I stocked in my makeup kit. When you are a working makeup artist, you cannot carry around, a ton of products. You really have to be very thoughtful about what you pack in your kit. So you choose products that really are universally flattering on most people, and that is why I packed this foundation. I also packed it because it is long wearing and it looked good all day long. I also packed it because it comes in a pro size, which is the size that I have here. It comes in a normal 1 ounce bottle as well, but I would always pack the pro sizes. It's a discounted price, but it's also smaller and plastic and easier to carry in your kit. The shades are also flexible, meaning that I can wear a couple of shades. I can wear 4, 5, or 6. They all work on me. I'll warm it up or add a little bronzer or whatever I might need to do, but they're pretty flexible and they flex to your skin tone. So you don't have to be super precise on which one you get. If you kind of get close in the range, it'll likely work for you. This is a foundation that has a primer built in, so you do not need to use a primer with it. This foundation is highly pigmented and it has buildable coverage. So even though it's highly pigmented, it's not gonna look heavy or cakey at all. It goes on so beautifully and you can actually build it to get more coverage without looking heavy. This is about 1 pump that I applied all over my face and I got incredible coverage. It's also self-setting, so you do not need to use a powder to set it. Now on the website it says that it gives a natural glow or a radiance. I have to say, today applying it, my skin is drier than the last time I applied this foundation, and I do feel like it's a little bit more matte. It's a little different than I remember it being as far as the radiance, but I didn't set it with powder, which is very, very not like me. I always set every foundation with powder, but I have no setting powder on my skin today. This foundation also has soft focus properties, so it helps kind of slightly soften the appearance of texture on the skin, whether that be large pores, very fine lines. So it's really, really mature skin friendly. It's very lightweight, but again, it gives great coverage. I love this foundation. Now, since we are talking about a foundation that you can't just go into the store and swatch, I also want to mention that they have a sampling program that you can go online and order samples for very inexpensive. And I wanted to kind of reference the shade range. And so when you're looking at shades, the best way to pick your shade. So to give you guys some reference, I have shade 6 on my skin today. When I first applied it over my bare skin, it looked a little yellow, but as you can see, it is blended into my skin perfectly. It looks like a perfect match for me. Now, I referenced my old video because I remember emailing Face Atelier years ago to get more clarification on the colors because they're just numbered like 1, 2, 3, 4, you know. They do have a description of each, but one thing they said about their foundations is that all of their, this was from an email from 5 years ago, so maybe it's changed, but this is what I was told, that all the foundations have a yellow base, but the odd numbers, so 1, 3, 5, 7, the odd numbers have a slightly pinker tone to them than the even shades, but they're still yellow based. So I applied 6, so I applied an even. It does look, you know, more yellow when I apply it, but as you can see, it blends in really, really nice to my skin. So I'll leave a couple of links down below on where you can purchase this. I'll leave a link directly to Face Atelier, and then I'll also leave a link to Camera Ready Cosmetics, which is an online retailer, and I believe they have a retail store in Dallas, and that's usually where I purchase my Face Atelier products. But really, truly a solid, reliable, beautiful foundation. I mean, I'm sure maybe someone I've recommended hasn't liked this, but for overwhelmingly, this is one of those products that when I recommend, I get flooded with people saying how much they love it. So if you've been with me for a long time and you remember when I did that video, I did a couple of them several years ago, and you went and purchased this, let us know what you thought about it down below. I would love to hear, and also leave your skin type and texture and all that good things, because I think it's helpful to hear how others feel about a product, because we all have different skin, different, you know, needs, different skin types and different preferences. So I always love to kind of bounce off people and hear what works for you based off, you know, your skin type and so forth. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Have a good day. Bye guys.